Well, look at this. Oh my goodness, we're getting together with the crew from Spirit of 77's Terror on Flight 1313. This is our sequel to that Shadow Stories game. Hey, it's your old pal Uncle Cuss. It's your GM and your enabler Marcus Flores here. And when you join us in the future, I want to say thank you for joining us. I'm gonna zip it around the table. Everybody will say what playbooks, what characters they're playing, and maybe we'll do a little refresher a bit because I can't remember much of anything. Hey, Mark, say hello. Who are you playing?
I'm playing Bolt Devers, and he's a bounty hunter, kind of stuntman guy, hangs out with lots of cool, Hollywood types, but he's not one of them, He's like regular guy, helps regular people with regular problems. And now we're crashing on an island just off in the distance or something, and he's trying to find his tiger. He had a tiger, if I recall.
He did have a tiger, and the tiger did well, I think the tiger made it. I think so.
Yeah, we don't know. The tiger's, I lost track of the tiger. It might have gone down with the plane.
MIA, guys.
You did roll a 8 when we were landing this thing. So
so we'll see how.
Tigers. Yeah. They're good swimmers, so that's good.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, they're
they can wear parachutes.
Is that true? Have they done a Dumbo drop thing with the tiger?
Anything can wear a parachute with like enough duct tape or I don't know that a tiger will just like. I don't think they have a natural affinity for parachutes. I'm not
right. Paratigers coming down from the sky and just assaulting you. It's terrifying.
It may be in your world, but this is the Spirit of 77, my friend. But Alexei, say hello and who you play.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alexei. I am playing The Connection, a honeypot who's one bad mother and is looking for vindication. Connection is the whatever's left of the hippie dream in 77, a broken old man surviving on a mysterious satchel filled with unmentionable pills and potions, and a weirdly tough, like, physical presence with which he has beat down a surprising variety of bikers and also vampires.
Vampires. Oh my God. Badger, say hello and who you play.
Hello, I'm playing Novak, Nick Novak, gonzo journalist, voice of the people, and exposer of the supernatural. We discovered that there are some crazy ass vampires aboard this plane. We're going to bring back their I think it was their queen or something like that, and they started to use this dust that would convert everybody into vampires. They put it into the air filtration system, but me and I can't remember your name, even though you just mentioned it 5 minutes ago. You and I tore open the
Bolt Devers.
door.
Oh, Bolt Devers.
That's
right.
Oh, that's right. Oh. Me and Bolt tore open the door.
Right, let the vampires fly out.
Expelling all of the powder into the wind and unfortunately caused a plane crash. But that's neither here nor there.
We might have contributed, but there were other factors involved.
There were some extenuating factors, that's right.
Yeah, the Blood Queen had taken over the plane quite a bit. And
a goddamn good story this is going to be whenever I get back my editor.
Yeah, you and your haunted typewriter.
That's right. Oh, I forgot about the haunted typewriter.
Right.
The FAA has rated this plane for up to 40% takeover by Blood Queen. But that was evidently at 60%. It just wasn't going to fly.
It wasn't. Yeah, it started buckling. Yeah. And Devin, please introduce yourself and who you play.
I'm playing Xander Kizui, the Priest of Korg, a holy psychedelic synth warrior. Jamrock is dead. Disco is dead. The Kraftwerk is the new thing. Xander is a minor synth celebrity, a very niche synth celebrity. He was back headed back to America from England after attending a popular synth convention where he helped spread the word of this magical holy instrument that connects us to the heavens.
Yeah, I remember the Synth World or Synth Fest in Sheffield. It was pretty.
It was a transcendent
Badass.
experience.
It was transcendent.
There was like a synth circle, like a bongo circle, but it's a bunch of people with synths instead.
Right. It's just this giant group. They're all sitting, smashing into each other. These monstrous.
It's in a like a high school gymnasium.
Synths, yeah. That was awesome. Yes, and as we have indicated. We survived the Blood Queen and her vampire brood, but at the cost of the plane coming down, crashing into the middle of the Atlantic. With a 8 roll, a good portion of you survived, but the plane, we'll say, cracked in half, because I don't know if I really want to deal with 360 survivors. So the plane cracked in half. Maybe the rest of them survived as the back end went rocketing away, which
To a different island.
maybe where your tiger is.
Whole different adventure. They're fine.
A completely different adventure.
Yeah.
There's a smoke monster there. There's all kinds of stuff. Right. That went flying. The plane goes slamming into the water, and from what you remember, everybody made, of course, an emergency evacuation. The inflatable ramps go bursting out of the emergency exit doors, which I learned today also act as rafts and can hold up to 30 people. So 60 people are doing okay. Some of the others are in their personal flotation devices, and a few others probably have concussions or are dead. But you have made it, because you two were in the cockpit. You, Nick Novak, and Gale were in the cockpit. Xander and the Connection were at the front of the plane, in front of Coach, by this big spiral staircase that leads up to the first class lounge area, and but luckily made it to their seats as well, and survived. And the last thing you saw, or the first thing we're going to see now, as you were on various pieces of flotation device, the plane itself, since it's cracked in half, you estimate probably has maybe about a minute or so before it sinks into the Atlantic, was that this storm broke out, lightning striking, and after a thunderclap and a flash of lightning, you see the silhouette of an island, not too far away, although far enough, a good swim, but not too far away, with a mountainous peak that you could swear in the silhouette looks like a skull. And that is where we take our welcome to Skull Island episode. Or sequel, episode. So I will leave it up to you all. What are you doing now? You are in the middle of the Atlantic. It is maybe 3 a.m. It is pissing down rain, so the waves are smashing against the plane. It's that time where you're all hanging on the front half of the plane, and the wind machines are going, and there's PAs just throwing buckets of water at you.
We don't even have a rain machine. It's just
Yeah,
like
no, there's no
buckets.
rain machine. They're just throwing buckets of water in this huge. Everything is done without sound. You know, we got to dub it later because the fans are so loud in the sound stage.
And the PAs are getting really pissed off because this is take 12.
Yeah,
An extra keeps on fucking up their line.
they're trying to talk, but water is being rocketed into their mouth. They're like,
Oh,
what an ominous oh, God, God, Jerry, what are you doing?
Trying to recite my line.
even the very rotund Englishman who is near your seat, Nick Novak, is alive and unclipping himself.
Oh, I forgot about
He
him.
is finally awoken. Right, yeah. There's tons of survivors. There's of course, I believe the oh gosh, what was the basketball team that was the substitute for the
Oh.
Travelers?
Yeah, I've taken notes for all of this, and now I can't find them.
Right.
Yeah.
The Flat
Well-
Earth Trotters or something. They were like,
there is the team that is there, of course, is the basketball team, not Harlem Globetrotters, but they are. I think they were called like the Bronx Ballers or something.
that's it.
that sounds right. Yeah.
The Bronx
That's it.
Ballers were there, are there and have survived. Kathy, the 12-year-old flying by herself, because in any plane crash movie there has to be a young child who flies by herself from England to to San Francisco. Well, I think she was going to New York and rest of you.
Wasn't she like critically ill?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and that's the other thing. She is critically ill. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Various family members, like tons of passengers that are still alive and with you. There are a few maybe have gone. A few in the tail section may never be found or might be found later, depending on how this roll goes. But you were there in the middle of the Atlantic. The plane has maybe about 60, 90 seconds before it goes sinking in. The rafts or inflatable ramps are extended, 2 of them. And so a few people are on their flotation devices or are in their little life preservers, shouting in the water. "Ah, man." What do you all do? Badger and Bolt, you are in the cockpit with Gail, Xander, and Alexi. You are probably the ones closest to the emergency exits as you saw the ramps that go out and inflate.
I want to go into the luggage area and try to save my tiger.
All right. You're going to try to go find your tiger?
Yeah.
Okay. It's easy to get to now. There's no
watching it.
there's no storage elevator to go down. There's just a big hole that you dive into
Yeah.
the water and kind of
Yeah.
swim to get in.
No, he does the whole.
Okay. Give me a gosh. I like this. I'm gonna go keep your cool.
Keep my cool. All right.
Yeah, keep your cool.
That's
You act
might.
despite
So-
the imminent threat.
So with might,
Yeah, you. I'm sorry. Are you
11.
narrating? You're kind of powering through, or you're?
yeah, well, agility maybe. So maybe it's a hustle. I don't know.
It's up to you. It's how you narrate, how Bolt is handling the
Yeah,
situation.
he's just doing the whole like, if you're a stuntman, you want to avoid getting hurt and you want to quickly get through this. It's just another stunt to him. So he plans it all out. He kind of has been down there. So, so yeah, that's what he's doing. He's kind of like just going full tilt to try to
Nice.
save him.
Go get to the tiger.
All right, so I gotta.
Get to
Get
the
to the
tiger.
tiger.
So it's 11 with might, a war hustle. Either way, it's 11.
It's not the tiger. Yes, you get to it. You're diving in. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because that's such a good role. I'd say that, and I think we did say it kind of got slammed towards the front of the
It
plane.
was near the elevator.
Right. So you're diving in. It's paddling. It's roaring. It's panicked as water is rising up, as its cage is about to be its tomb.
Oh, well, I assume I have a key for the cage.
Yeah, get to it, man.
I try to find my keys and in the water. And playing that
Give me
out.
another roll.
I don't know what that is. I rolled a 6. I don't know what I get a bonus.
That's a keep your cool.
Keep my
And
cool?
it definitely sounds like quick thinking. So
Quick
roll
thinking.
with your brains, my friend.
Brains is +1, so that's a 7.
7. All right.
Yes.
Is a little bit of stumbling. You're kind of fumbling with it as you and the cage go down deep into the icy waters. So in the darkness, you're kind of fumbling around. It said where you go down with the cage,
Right.
And,
right. I'm
you
trying to work it as I'm.
disappear from camera view, and you're working.
Right.
And then like next scene is like. You come up to this rainy surface with this tiger head.
Right.
Ah.
2 seconds later. Yeah.
This tiger that you're holding like a drowning
There's a hatch in the back. There's
lifeguard. Oh,
I got you.
I got
It's
you.
okay, baby. I'll never leave you again. I'll never
What was,
leave you
do you
again.
remember your tiger's name? I forget.
I
I'm
thought it
so
was
sorry.
Lucy. I think it was Lucy.
Yeah, it was something. I know it was a lady's name, but I
Yeah, I
forget.
think I
So
went with
Lucy.
Oh,
So you have
we'll go with
Lucy. You pull Lucy up out of the water. You break the surface. Bolt Devers is his denim shirt flying open. Swimming with a tiger.
Yes.
And the tiger holding on. All right. Bolt, you've got access to the camera spotlight. Spin it around. Who are we focusing on now?
Well, I'll say the connection is kind of tripping out, and he sees him pulling this tiger out of the water, and he's probably like a little bit maybe I don't
Wondering
know if
what's
the
happening.
connection saw the tiger yet.
Connection. So camera zips to you, and that's the last thing you see is you see Bolt's head come out of the water, probably in the distance. A crack of lightning illuminates, so you see it's him, and not just some stranger swimming with a tiger. And he's swimming with
know.
the tiger back. Yeah. Oh, cool. Someone
Do
I
you still have
know.
any conditions from last game?
No, I'm gonna wipe that because it's a brand new movie.
Then in that case, the connection is clutching on for dear life to his briefcase,
Oh, uh-huh.
which is water and airtight.
Yep. So it can
So
float.
it floats. So he's basically like crab scuttled around it and like just getting tossed by the waves. And again, like I just need everybody to take a second and just imagine the sight of this like incredibly bedraggled old hippie, right? Like the connection just like
Oh
and
yeah.
he always had this like weird off-putting vibe, but now he looks like a sad drowned kitten. Like he
No.
looks like shit.
It's like this combination of wavy. Is he like Wavy Gravy and Bill Graham like smashed into
It was
one?
smashed together and then dunked in the water and rolled in the mud. Like for whatever reason, I really need to emphasize that he looks like absolute shit right now.
Yeah. He looks like a wet vulture.
Yeah. Is there a flotation device nearby with people?
Yeah, as I said, you and Xander were the closest to at least one of the flotation ramps. So
Okay.
you could probably
Okay. So
swim
yeah,
over there.
I think with like surprisingly strong strokes, as soon as the connection sees a flotation device, he's just gonna go like chug 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 chug.
Okay,
into the
heading
water.
towards it. All right. Because you described it as strong strokes, I'm gonna give you keep your cool with might.
Okay, great, because my hustle is so shit. Okay, and it's 2d6, right?
Yes, sir.
I got a 10. Plus
Woo!
my might is 2. So I got a 12.
Yeah. You just
So
just these chunks of waves behind you.
right, yeah. I think the connection he one arms himself into the flotation device.
Mm-hmm,
Pulls the briefcase up after him, and then as soon as he's stable, he takes a couple of breaths, looks around, and just starts pulling people out of the water,
Yeah.
anyone that he can get a hand on,
Okay, sweet.
like pulling people onto the raft.
Sweet. Yeah. Then he's just hauling people up. Probably this is the time when the camera's on it and like the faces that you're pulling up are from the previous movie, like
Right, yeah.
extras from the previous movie, so people go like, oh yeah, that
I
person
remember
was in that
that.
movie.
He's definitely grabbing anyone that he can, but he's keeping a special eye out for the Bronx Ballers because they totally saved his butt.
They
So
did,
he wants to do them a
solid. Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely yanking them up, and they're like, oh wow, you know,
and he like
it's
pats each one on the back as he like pulls them into the raft. Hey, good job. Hey, good game.
Way you go.
Way to go. Good hustle, man.
Good hustle.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like very confused. They're like, what?
Just this sheets of rain, like good hustle.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And then connection, because you have the camera. Where's the spotlight going to next? Is it to Nick Novak or to Xander?
I want to know what's going on with Xander.
Okay. Whoop! It camera zips over to Xander. It kind of pulls back from the connection pulling in.
I have an important question.
Yes.
Terror on Flight 1313.
Yes.
Did it do well as a movie? Like, do we have a better budget than that, or
no? We do have a better budget than that. It did really, really good in the Philippines, and so
nice.
we took some of that money as well as the overseas Italian sales, and we've got a slightly better budget because this island, is not a soundstage. We're filming on location.
We're filming on set.
We can't go to the southern area of the island because there's literal pirates there, but we can't.
Were you still able to get
crane shots? Like,
we can do a crane shot.
When the camera, it doesn't just cut. It like actually moves.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Were you able to convince the lead to do the sequel? Because in the last one he got that really bad case of dysentery.
Right. Yeah. What had happened is because he was that guy in first class that the connection made friends with. He decided to go off and do more spaghetti westerns with Terrence Stamp, which turns out was his downfall because he also got dysentery in Spain. So.
Harsh. we unfortunately are all locked into draconian contracts, and we have to keep coming
completely.
Back to schools.
Completely.
Yeah, those studio contracts are fucking brutal.
They're brutal.
Yeah, speaking of budget and contracts, we still got George Takei playing Xander Kazooie.
Yes, we still have George Takei playing Xander Kazooie, which I love that George decided to come on back.
Yeah, I mean, I think the late 70s. I don't think he's up to anything. Really?
No, Star Trek conventions is pretty much it right now.
Yeah, and he decided, let's do this, and bless him for it. I love George. Right. So maybe that's our new lead, depending on how good your dice start rolling.
Because
George was really good.
Xander Kazooie.
Yeah, no, he got the top. He got the top line.
Well, this would have to be a fantasy universe where like a nerdy Asian male could be a lead in a movie in the 70s.
Yeah, this is why we did so well in the Philippines.
Got it.
Look, they got a Philippine for the lead.
And they're like,
so great.
No, yeah. Everybody else is like, oh, it's that Filipino guy from Star Trek. You're like, no. Filipinos are like, wouldn't, no. But we'll take it. So, speaking as a Filipino, we will take it. Whatever we can get. If we're not playing extras in an Oliver Stone movie, then we're here.
You'll take him in the draft.
We're here.
Yeah.
We're here.
So, speaking of Xander, is he in the water or is he still on?
It's up to you. It's up to you. It basically camera cuts to you, and I wanted to see where you are and what you're up to.
So Xander knows, as sort of a man of the faith in his own way, that like, yes, it's important to get people out of here, but if we don't know where we're going and what we're going into, that'll be a problem. So he wants to get on the next level. He wants to see what the next step in all of this is. He wants to like kind of vibe with Korg and just kind of stare off to the distance at this skull island. And I think I'm doing the free your mind move.
Ah, sweet. How are you freeing your mind? Give it to me.
Oh, great Korg, let me into the frequency of possibility.
Oh my god.
That's a 6 plus 2. That's an 8, and that's plus soul, which is plus 3. So that is an 11.
Oh my gosh. Jeez.
I think I have to ask a question.
Yes, I believe that it's
So yeah, my question is specifically like, what besides the current situation, what do I need to sort of like focus on in terms of like keeping all of these people safe and leading being the shepherd to my flock here.
Okay. Right. Yeah. It says on 10 plus DJ gives you a truthful and mostly clear answer. Yes. Korg transmits to you, and it's that very like electronic voice,
Yeah. But it's like melodious too.
Yeah. It's like a melodious Dalek.
Yeah.
And it's it says that my son.
Korg did not talk in the first movie. This was something that people wrote about in the reviews.
We got it. They put that on the review sheets. Like, we'd really love to hear what Korg is doing, and that's the Easter egg. They're like, oh, they got Marlon Brando to be Korg.
What?
Just a disembodied voice that playing through a vocoder and
yeah. It's it's like
Didn't the South Park movie had like Tom Hanks play like a dog barking or something like that?
I believe so. Yeah,
something like that.
It's like Burt Reynolds in he wasn't in Small Wonder. What's that one where he was the alien dad who was a candy dish? I'll remember as soon as I have another drink. So Korg says, my son, ahead of you is an isle of safety, yet an isle of enemy and danger. Protect these people from this danger.
I get any like vision of
Oh, okay, yeah. You get a silhouette of what looks to be these waterlogged soldiers.
Okay, cool. So this is like a monster of the week thing, and it's not just a big like vampire conspiracy.
Right. Yeah. No. This one is a little more monster of the week / humanoids of the deep kind of thing.
Cool.
So
yeah, be wary of the waters.
Yeah, and it's like you get a vision of water, like a silhouette as lightning crashes, waterlogged soldiers, because you can see emblems on their uniform. If you wanted to get deeper into that, you'd probably need to make some other, connective roll or something. And they seem to be on the island. So it's not just like a flash of waterlogged soldiers, like, between like big hostas and banana leaves, you see these waterlogged soldiers. All right. And but where are you when you were doing this? Are you still on the plane that's sinking, or were you?
Yeah, he's standing like in the pilot's room, looking out the cockpit straight at this ominous mountain in the distance.
He's just holding on. And meanwhile, it kind of cuts past your the lightning flashes, be cut past your shoulder into the cockpit. Nick Novak and Gail, lead flight attendant, are in there, or is in there, are in there. Nah. I don't know. I went to Catholic school. I don't have much education.
Andrew, you're not in the cockpit. Did I hear that right?
He's in the. I thought you were in like the little, the area right before the cockpit where flight attendants come and they
No,
got,
he's looking straight out.
He kind of pops it. No, that's right, because the door got put open because Bolt jumped out, and did Bolt go out the window of the
Sure.
yeah. So you just Xander, the door is open right there. Okay.
Yeah.
So Nick, what are you doing?
Nick says, "Okay, Gail, honey, I actually pay attention to the spiel that you give at the beginning of the flight, right? And we got the flotation devices. They got to have some in here, right? This cockpit, right? All right, so let's get them." And we start.
Yeah, they definitely have the flotation device as well as the pacifier. Why do I keep saying pacifiers? Life preservers.
Life
Freudian slip
pacifiers.
there, Marcus?
What was that?
Your life
Freudian
is
slip?
It's a Freudian slip. Yeah. I need a life pacifier. We all do. 2020. Damn it! I need a life pacifier so much.
An inflatable pacifier is a pretty interesting invention. I mean, all those babies that might drown if they just had an inflatable pacifier.
If
okay.
inflatable pacifier is a Frank Zappa cover band, so. And she's actually grabbing the like a toolbox that has like the flare guns and all of that in it, as well as probably clicking the beacon.
The beacon, yeah. Awesome. While she's doing that, I'm going to find the emergency release for the window.
Mm-hmm.
Pop that open. And,
Yeah, because Bolt just kicked it open.
But in the cockpit?
Yeah.
So there was this moment where he's coming through with this tiger in kind of slow motion. You're all like, "What the hell?" As
but
the
what
plane is
you
tipping
have,
back.
What you have is the release, so that way you don't got to go through jagged, thick, 2-inch thick glass.
Okay, so if that's done, then I'm going to help Gail get all the stuff together.
Okay.
I'll fire off the flare.
Okay.
In the direction of the island.
Fuck yeah, you do. That's
and then
awesome.
Help Gail get out, and then there's no raft in here, I'm assuming, so we'll just
there's not. Mm-mm.
Yeah, we'll just dive in the water and start
dive
swimming.
in and get out. Okay.
Yep.
Give me where are you? Quick thinking. Give me keep your cool with your brains, please.
The brains.
Yes.
So remind me again how this works. I roll 2 dice.
Yep, you roll 2d6 and add your the modifier you have for your brains.
Okay. That is a total of 8.
Nice. Yeah, that's fine. It takes a little doing. You kind of get her through, and you fire off the flare. It goes off.
Before I dive in,
Yeah.
before I dive in, I'm gonna take a look around and see if there's anybody already in the water within shouting range.
There's quite a bit. There's few people who are floating and they're just kind of panicking as they're like bobbing apples because the waves are slapping them around. There's a few people trying to like swim and make it to the rafts.
Oh, there's a raft. Okay.
There's a rafts, and I will say with the 8, what's my soft move? When you fire the flare and it goes off, and you see between the strike of lightning as well as the flare, far, but since they can swim fast but so they're not far enough, you see shark fins.
Oh shit!
In the water.
Okay, Gail, honey, change the plan. Let's go try to find a raft. Safety in numbers.
And you can see, like, just out of the corner of one of the windows, you can already see people, especially the connection, just one hand hauling up people onto a long raft. There's already at least about 15, 16. Gail had told you they can hold about 30, and there's probably 2 of them. So.
Okay. Is there some rope that we can get in here by any chance?
Ooh. Give me a roll 2d6 plus. Oh gosh, what should this be? Soul.
7.
That's fine. There is, you see it tied onto another is this bright yellow emergency case, and when you say, "Is there a rope or something?" and she's like, "I can't," and Gail points out at the water, and she says, "It's there," and you see it floating out in the water.
Okay. Head towards the raft. I'm gonna grab that, and I'll be following you.
Nice. All right. So Gail climbs out the window because the front half of the plane is already starting to go. Actually, no, it'd be the back half. So she has enough to climb up and out and kind of dive into the water. So you're kind of like this. Right
can
now.
we say that Gail was, a medal-winning swimmer in college, so she gracefully dives in water. Meanwhile, Nick just kind of fall praps into the water instead.
Right. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Gail is being played by not only aspiring model, but former bronze medalist of the Olympics. So anybody in like the 70s tribute would be like, "Oh, I recognize her, bronze medalist for the U.S. team." And she tried her hand at acting.
And ended up on this thing.
And ended up with this amazing movie, my friends. Who knows how far this movie could go? We could have Welcome to Skull Island, the series. Who knows? So you go dive.
One of those things where people are like, actually, this Spirit of 77 was a sequel to Skull Island, not a sequel to the original Spirit of 77, Terror on Flight 1313.
Yeah.
Now mostly forgotten.
I happen to have a bootleg
copy
that I got from San Diego Comic-Con.
The dubbing is in Cantonese, but it's really good in Cantonese.
It's really good dubbing.
It turns out that if you speak Cantonese, it's incredible.
It gets rebooted in 2007, and John Cho plays Xander Kanduri.
Nice.
Yeah. The actor who plays the Connection also plays the Connection.
Yeah. Oddly, we think he's actually a vampire.
It makes everyone very uncomfortable. Not credited in the film either.
Because diving in, or she goes like a perfect dive. Nick goes kind of stumbling in.
Yeah.
Xander's still on the plane. You have again about like we would say a minute and a half before this thing fully gets submerged into the water. So for now,
I just kind of help guide the last few people out.
Okay. You kind of climb out and then help guide people to the to one of the rafts. Okay. Start swimming. You've got your. How are you protecting your synthesizer, anyways? It is nuclear power. It is atomic powered.
It is. We established that last.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I had forgotten that we determined that the synthesizer.
Yes, you have a small tac nuke and a synthesizer that you're pulling along with you.
I imagine I had like some sort of luggage for it, but I did take it as a carry-on because.
Oh right, yes. Yeah, we role played enough that you were able to actually carry it on.
So I imagine he probably has like a leather strap that he kind of like slings it to his back.
Oh my God! All right, yes. Then
it's really heavy.
Yeah, I was about to say you better make me a roll. I think that's might.
I have a -1 might.
That sounds about right. You help people in, and then you go diving in, and you're like, "Cool."
Am I actually rolling?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, nice.
Come on, George Takei. You can do this. George Takei, Gary Newman.
Good thing.
Oh.
That's a 6 + 4, 10, -1, 9.
No,
Brings it full success down to a partial success.
Yeah, you're kind of and you feel it pulling at you, but then one of the Bronx Ballers who you had been speaking to about Korg. You see him there, and he hauls that up with you and starts swimming side by side with you towards the raft.
Yeah. I'm in the opening process of writing a new song that's like da 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 da. I haven't figured it out yet though. I think they're gonna love it.
God damn it. This is where I hate being good at like name that tune.
Are we ready for this?
Yeah.
Really?
Xander, so we cut from you heading to the boat. Out in the distance, we see, more of those shark fins, but, far from the kind of beacon light and the lightning flashing. Where does the spotlight cut to now? Or which character, sorry, the spotlight cut to now? This is my way I kind of handle initiative. I let you pick initiative.
Well, if the sharks try to attack us, I have like the perfect move for it.
Okay.
But
Sharks aren't attacking yet. I'm just letting you know in the flavor of things there are sharks around.
This is the PVTA thing where you have to show the knife before you stab someone with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is a very, very giallo. They're like, oh, there's a killer, but you're never going to see the killer yet.
It's got to be a gloved hand. A gloved hand.
A lace gloved hand.
The sharks are wearing lace gloves.
Yes,
Not
they
sure
are.
why.
They're called Italian lace sharks. They want to bite you, but they want to make you look beautiful at the same time. They're built like a Ferrari.
It's better to feel good than to. Sorry, it's the other way around.
It's the other way around.
To
Rules.
feel good as you get
Rules are meant for other people, darling.
speaking of rules, just to be consistent with things, what
Yes.
you make a soft move on my 9?
I did, and that was me just showing that the sharks are kind of still in the background.
Oh, okay.
So Xander, where's the spotlight going to one of your fellow?
What's Bolt up to?
Bolt, what are
is
you
he
up to? So you are swimming with your tiger.
Try to get the tiger on a door or a float, some kind of flotation. Probably not on a raft with a bunch of people. It might not work out so well.
But yeah, most definitely. Like as the plane had crashed and had cracked in half, there's tons of refuse and big chunks of this that because it's not keeping the main body afloat is still there to float. It's a beautiful luxury 70s plane. So we'll say maybe there's like a bar.
Oh, nice! Can I flotation device on the bar? That sounds perfect.
Scrambles up onto the bar.
Yeah, he'll get onto the bar with the tiger and sort of push. I don't know how he can propel it in any way, but he'll he could look through some flotsam and jetsam to use as an oar or something.
Right. Okay.
And try to kind of get closer to the others and see if he can, make it so they can all.
Yeah, back to back. It's just like Robert Shaw and Jaws. We're swimming back to back.
Exactly.
70 men go in, 14 come out. Then that sounds, because you are quick thinking, give me a roll with your brains, my friend.
Brains. I got a 12, which is a +1, so it's a 13.
Goodness gracious. So, you're perfect. This bar is perfect. It's set up. There happens to be a thing of cognac still on the thing.
Nice. I'm going to corner the market on this island. It's going to be amazing.
Here's my one.
He grabs himself a drink, like there's like a beer there, and he like pops it and like takes a cool, refreshing drink as he comes to meet the rest of the group.
Yeah, it's our one piece of product placement as you like get on and you're like pull out the beer like it's like dead in front of the face of of the camera.
Is it like Hams from Milwaukee or some off-brand like that?
Right. Probably like a Miller maybe.
No, it's like what is it?
Schlitz?
No, because it's we did so well in the Philippines. It's San Miguel.
Ah,
That's
there you go.
exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, so you just pop open a San Miguel and
All
you're
right.
like, drink it. It just deadpan. Directors like
Yeah, I'm
look
like,
into
hey.
the camera. They're like, this doesn't make any sense. Why do I look into the camera? They're like, because we're gonna use it later in a commercial.
I drink.
Good times, Centauri times. So you drink that 12. I mean, you find a perfect big chunk of overhead cabin door, just pushing through the water.
Perfect.
Probably in the distance, you see silhouettes of shark fin, but you also see the flare go up, headed in the direction of the island.
Yeah.
Bursts off, and I would say with the 12, way in the distance, you see a couple of lights blinking and beeping that look to be, the top beacon lights of a boat.
Oh, by the island?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And so that something's been kind of activated, maybe headed towards your way.
Oh.
It'll be a while, but you see some sign of hope, basically.
All right. Well, we could probably closer to get to the island, though.
Yeah.
So
So you join up with the group. You see, Gale kind of surface up from the water and pull up.
Does
so
the camera, focus on her as she?
yes.
Right, she comes up. The lightning kind of strikes past her. Her strawberry blonde hair flips. It's she's beautiful. And she gets on. And Bolt, where does the
It's already on her. It's already on Gale. So go to Novak. You can hop on the raft with me. I'll make you a drink. We'll
make you a drink with the Aldo Chele wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're talking 70s wine, Aldo Chele. So Nick Novak, you are swimming towards the floating yellow box that has some of like the harder tools and first aid kit and rope inside of it. So
Okay, I'm doing more of a really bad dog paddle because that's all I know. And I go over to the box and just grab the entire box if it's floating. And then head to where Gale and the rest are.
Okay, so give me a hustle. Give me a roll. Keep your cool. Add your hustle modifier or minus your hustle modifier, depending.
It will be a minus.
Okay, that's fine.
6.
Okay, that's okay. So you grab this thing, and as you grab it and are about to swim out, this massive head comes out of the water of a tiger shark and because they eat anything, it goes after the box and clamps down on it in front of you. What do you do?
You can have the box. You can have the box. You enjoy that box. Paddle, 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 paddle.
All right. I'll say that's my hard move. Is you have sacrificed the box of first aid kit, rope, and some of the harder tools in there as it and sinks into the water, shaking and rattling. You see the box kind of just start breaking apart as you luckily start swimming towards the raft. So the first sign of shark is in Nick Novak's eyes, and then we'll cut over to connection. You're hauling people out of the water. You see the flare go off past you. Probably see far off in the distance a sign of what looks to be like a good size boat, maybe a fishing trawler. And what do you do? But I should say also add, that you see the fins. You probably saw Nick like in the distance, like and go and try to swim and sacrifice the box to the shark.
Is the shark coming towards the raft?
The sharks are getting into the area. I'd say very, very soon because, it's a movie. People have probably cut themselves, or maybe some are dead, floating in the water. So there will be a frenzy of tiger sharks at some point, depending on how bad you roll.
Are there paddles in the raft? Like,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, so what would they do? Yeah, there are. I mean, it's mostly used as a flotation device. So I'd probably say that there are pieces of flotsam that can be picked up to use as that.
So yeah, I think.
Hey, kitty!
I think the connection. Aww.
The game stops because the cat is coming.
Yeah. Good reason for the game to stop.
That's right.
The connection is going to start grabbing pieces of flotsam. When if he's pulled about as many people as he can out of the water, he's going to start grabbing pieces of flotsam and handing them out to people, and just sort of be like, "You got it in the water. You gotta go towards the land. Just make sure you get the water."
Why is Bob Dylan starting to come here?
I'm working on his voice.
I got him. I love him. I was picturing a little more Tom Waits, but I love the.
Tom Waits is right. That's okay. So hang on. I don't know if I can do Tom Waits and not like ruin my voice.
Just be super. Yeah, exactly.
Way down here.
Yeah, way down. Yeah, it's 70. Go with first album, Tom. He still has a voice.
Okay. So he's okay, guys. You got to get the battles, and we got to get to the land as soon as possible. and while he's like passed out flotsam to everybody else, like when everyone else is paddling, he's gonna like keep one eye on the shark, and then he's gonna like pop up in his valise and like roll himself a like big spliff.
Nice.
Yeah, light it, and then he passes it to the Bronx Ballers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Then keep your cool with smooth.
Okay.
Your charm and social grace.
Okay. Why is it? I found dice and I was like, great, I have dice for this game. And then after one roll, they evaporated.
I know.
Oof. That's not terrible. I rolled a 6, but my smooth is 2. So that's an 8.
So everybody is on it with you. I will say the soft move is you've rolled a spliff. It's in your mouth. It's a little soggy.
Oh,
the rain is coming down, and it's just a shot of you there, just like soggy joint out of your mouth, just trying to look impressive. But folks are paddling, and they're on their way. We'll say that because of that the second raft is much farther back than you are, and since we won't split the party, there's nobody of the main characters headed to that, so they're having a harder time of it than you all, than your 20 plus, maybe 30 comrades are doing, but. You're kind of George Washington on the front of the boat. You're right there, and they're going at it.
I am definitely getting ready to punch a
shark in the face.
A shark in the snoot. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. You punch him right in the nose.
Dominance.
So. I am going to go, who still is in the water? I'm going to go Xander, odd, even. Okay, Xander.
I'm ready for these sharks. Bring these sharks on.
Xander, you're getting towards the boat. The connection has shouted at people to stroke towards the island, or maybe even that fishing trolley that's coming. So the boat you're kind of racing the boat a bit. You're trying to get to it. There's probably a few people yelling like, "Oh, there's more in the water," and a few other people are still either swimming to get to it or fighting the waves. But you and Nick are heading towards the boat because Bolt has joined up with the boat on a bar with this tiger. And,
what's left of it?
Yes. So Xander, you and one of the Bronx Ballers are moving towards the boat. And give me some narration as what you're doing. You're almost there.
Yeah, I see these sharks sort of like circling and snapping at people. I saw it kind of take a bite at Nick Novak. I saw all the boxes get broken, seeing them crushing things with their sharp teeth.
And now they're noticing that there's bodies in the water, and of course that blood gets them fired up.
I like a shark right in the eyes, one-on-one, staring down a shark. We got to fight sharpness with sharpness. Feel the power of a saw wave.
Oh my God.
And I have a move called God of Thunder.
Okay.
If it's too loud, then they're too old or they're a shark. And it's time to use it to your advantage. When you play your instrument, run up the volume and roll plus soul on a 10 plus multiple targets within the scene get deafened, staggering around with disadvantage. And if it's 7 to 9, I only hit one of them.
And you're gonna try to use your synthesizer with this?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make a horrible noise that the sharks hate that stuns them.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll with something less or something with disadvantage because you are floating around in the water. Mm-hmm. And yeah. I mean, it's not electricity, but I'm saying it, the sound is a little, but
so that means I roll 3 and take the lowest?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I should get a third dice out because then that's a thing in this game. So sorry.
Oh no, don't worry about it.
Remark. And now
here we go.
Yeah.
We're no more than pests. Vermin. They came here to exterminate us.
So that would have been a 9, but I'm gonna have to go with the 5.
Oh, I see. Yes, okay. Yes, I am right. They are called the Bronx Ballers. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Wasn't the enemy team though exactly the same as the enemy team of the actual Globetrotters? Wasn't it like the Generals or something?
Yeah, I believe it was the Generals.
Isn't that the real rival team of the Globetrotters? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so they're the same in this game.
So, sharks are coming. I just was wondering if I was gonna put sharks at this, and yes, sharks are coming.
That's rude that you gave me disadvantage after that one-liner.
I gotta go with the narrative, and you're floating around in the water with the synthesizer. Can't have you have
in a movie.
Yes, in a movie.
Yeah, the reviews to Spirit of 77-2 or whatever this movie is called.
Welcome to Skull Island.
I really appreciated how they went with realism in this version. The vampires, that was just too much. I like them to really ground.
They really focused on the, and then they're like, what? Yeah, you mean the guys in scuba suits with garbage bags painted to look like sharks was real to you? Like,
they're really going for that gritty early 70s realism. The conversation, French Connection, Mean Streets.
Devin, could you please roll me a D10? Okay. 9. Okay. See, it's not bad. So the a tiger shark, you see a fin coming at you, and it's just kind of, not only is it like floating in the water, but also rain is blasting down on it, and you're trying to play your tune, and it's coming at you, and it just misses you. Actually, you know what? It didn't. I'm going to make you choose. It will either bite you, or it's going to bite your synthesizer.
Ooh.
Could cause a nuclear explosion.
What does that mean mechanically?
Mechanically, nothing. It just means I made you choose the move, make them acquire stuff, and so I put that as into you need to acquire stuff to guarantee your safety, meaning we'll have it bite it.
Yeah.
And I'll say for
So
for
the
this
nuclear battery starts leaking or something.
yes. I would say for this exchange of scenes ongoing till we get back to the island, your synthesizer would be shorted out. If you get to the island, you can, or even the boat, you can start to
I
with
can
it.
get some coconut shells and I can.
Yeah, and for some reason, not build a boat, but you can build a tricycle and a phone.
Yeah, we need the realism that the loud synthesizer isn't going to hurt the sharks, but we don't care if he puts the synthesizer back together with reeds.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So it comes launching at you, and you are by your synthesizer, and you kind of duck under and shove it, and it acts as this perfect like bite guard. It just slams against it, and
The bottom octave of the keyboard is ruined.
yeah. And what's the color of the atomic charge that stuns the shark like a bolt to get it away from you?
It looks like a nebula.
Nice.
Nice.
It just and the shark just we totally do where you see the skeleton of the shark a bit, and then it drops off, or at least the scuba diver that's doing this dives off into the water.
And there's just like blue and pink smoke coming off of my keyboard now.
Yeah. And the Bronx Ball is like Switchback. Switchback's like, he's like, is this thing safe?
Yes, it like in the comic books when the radiation makes people have superpowers. It's like that. Don't worry.
You mean we're gonna be super Bronx Ballers?
If you through the power of Core, we could be anything we want.
And that's what leads to the Super Bronx Ballers cartoon seen on 1979 Saturday morning.
They can all fly now.
I got stretching powers.
I got stretching powers. Oh God, I remember
Slam dunk.
super powered Harlem.
One of them,
Globetrotters
just when they
cartoon.
slam dunk, it turns into an explosion and it blows up the whole
Yep.
net. And like that's always like the end of the episode. And they're like, "Oh man."
Ground Zero, what are you doing?
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Remember, kids, stay in school.
Yeah. And you can buy those toys very soon from us here at the Spirit of 77 Saturday morning cartoons.
With Dribble, the talking basketball.
Yeah, we Dribble the
Dribbles.
talking basketball.
Well, the radiation makes the basketball come to life. That's
Yeah,
the
it's like
origin
Wilson.
story.
But it's,
Yeah. Oh man. Now that's part 3 is
Yeah. Can we all be
the
basketball players?
adventures of the super Bronx Ballers.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. God, now I got to write that. And so it deters one shark, completely stuns it. But your your synthesizer is and smoking, but you make it and you make it on board the raft. Then it's now Nick Novak, and you're dog paddling, as you said, or swimming as hard as you can. Gale is yelling, "Come on, come on!"
I'm
I can help
trying
a brother out,
as best I
too.
can, honey.
Oh yeah, you can help a brother out.
Yeah, I'll
All
take
right.
a moment to help him get on the boat or on the whatever scrap I'm riding in.
So Nick Novak, please give me a roll with your. Actually, I'm going to let you narrate. How are you making it onto the boat? Now, Bolt Devers may try to help you, so we'll have help a brother out. But
I've found part of what do you call it? A passenger seat, and I'm using that as a platform to kind of splish, splash, splash through the water, get a little better speed.
Nice. All right.
Bolt, can you help an old guy out? Come on!
So you're
Yeah, I
on the-
get
There's
you.
goddamn sharks around here.
pushing.
He comes down from above and just like reaches, the arm, and then we do the
Nice,
bro
nice.
arm kind of move.
Now it says roll plus hooks. I don't know that you guys have hooks together, or did we? Did we do that? I don't think we did.
Oh, maybe we didn't.
So I will just give you a
It's like a help action or something.
yeah, help action. So just basically a +1. So so Bolt roll
All right.
your 2d6 +1.
I got a 5.
Oh
I'm not
God! Good gravy. Are you kidding me? Okay.
Now, don't forget, we forgot Crankheimer. We don't know what's up with Crankheimer, remember?
Oh,
So-
where's Crankheimer?
Right.
Yeah,
Oh
where is
no!
Just
Professor
wanted to bring that up in
Crankheimer.
case.
Oh my God! I forgot Crankheimer.
Like, I reached down to help him, and then Crankheimer grabs my hand. And
Oh my God, Crankheimer. Oh, damn it. You're right. Oh man. Okay.
You can figure that later. I just want to make sure you remind you of that.
Yeah, no. Jesus. Professor Crankheimer.
Charles Grodin, right?
Yep. He's
Oh yeah, it's got to be Charles Grodin.
All right.
So,
Can I have my character sheet back, please?
Kitty, what are you doing?
She knocked my character sheet off my desk and then she sat on it.
That's her character now.
Yep. That is
I'm
her
sorry.
character now.
She's playing Novak now. That's the rule. That's the law.
Oh, yeah. That
The
is
law
cat.
on these streets.
That is cat rule.
Here, you want to sit on it again?
Let's see. So you know what? I'm gonna just do this. So you since you chose to help him, I'm gonna do this. The tiger shark comes looming up at you, and it bites you, Nick Novak, but you hear this clank as it bites into what the viewer thinks is your back, but it is your typewriter, your haunted typewriter. And it's pulling you, but it is on you, so it is pulling you probably like a noose. And oh, he went to help a brother out. Okay, and I never had you roll, Nick. Okay, so it's on. It's on the typewriter pulling. The typewriter's probably typing. Don't let me drown in Davy Bones' locker.
I'm your plot device for later.
I will not drown in Davy Jones' locker. And I'm going to have you roll. So how would you like to save yourself? You're kind of being pulled, like I said, by your neck under the depths. More shark. You see more shark fins in the water as it's pulling you towards the darkness. What do you do?
I'm going to take a fountain pen from inside my jacket pocket and stab the shark in the eye, saying, "I always like pens more anyway."
Yep. It's probably given to you by Sybil before she went moving off to Brindlewood Bay and retired to Brindlewood Bay. You pulled it off. All right.
The old
Then
witch.
Then it's not keeping your cool. This sounds like you are trying to deliver a beatdown.
Sure.
So roll with your. Well, it's either okay. So I'm gonna give it to you this way: deliver a beatdown, which means you may give harm to the shark, but you'd be rolling might. Or because you're using your quick thinking, it's keep cool with your brains, which will get the shark off of you, but it won't harm. There won't be harm done to the shark.
I'm keeping my cool. I'm just trying to get away.
Okay. Roll with your brain.
I mean, maybe I'm going to shove it in his nose instead of his eye.
Right, they hate that.
In fact, I like that better. That makes for a better picture. So that would be brains?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 9.
And that's it. Perfect. Your soft move of 9 means I will take away your pen.
Okay.
I will take away your pen, but the shark has been deterred as many are starting to kind of drift back and circling, probably heading towards easier pickings, which means the boat, the raft behind you that's not like hitting sharks in the face with atomic synthesizers and ballpoint or fountain pens. And a fucking tiger swiping at them from the bar. They're like, "Oh no, we'll get the extras back over
make
this."
them ready to fight the sharks. Tigers are like the sharks of the land.
I mean, it is a tiger
but in
shark.
the ocean, the sharks definitely have sort of a home court advantage. Huh?
No,
It'd be interesting to see if they ended up fighting each other at some point.
Right.
We'll see
Or
how we
they-
roll. But
You roll and become friends.
diplomacy.
Your fountain pen goes in, the head goes reeling back as you let go of your fountain pen, and you haul everything up. You Gail's arms and maybe one of Gail's arms and the heavy set Englishman you were sleeping next to
Okay.
grabs you and pulls you onto the boat. You hear him say, "Come aboard, my boy," and we're like, "Oh, John Houseman from the Paper Chase," and he pulls him on board the boat or the raft. So is everybody on the raft? I think everybody is on the raft.
I think we are.
Oh, all right. So then
I'm hitched onto the raft with my floating
with your
bar
floating
and
device,
the tiger.
right? And you
Yes.
and but you hear an unfortunate amount of screams and shouts between the crack of thunder and lightning as a few other passengers are either floating, fighting the waves, or even on boat raft number 2 getting caught in the tiger shark frenzy. And we're going to take a break there. I will let you guys think about what you want to do from here on in. But you also see that fishing boat trolley's coming. It's maybe about 50, 60 yards away. Okay. So let's take a break. Fill up our glasses with more alcohol, and man, this was already so ridiculously exciting. All right, I'll take a little bio break, and we'll be right back.
Like 10?
Yeah, let's take 10. I'll be back
All
at 9:10. As I said, this sounds like a great little cliffhanger, but I think we can go a little more, and then we'll cut it off from there.
Cool. Maybe actually get to the island. If we're lucky.
Prego, we are back. Here we are. Our friends have made it onto life rafts. Still, the waters are filled, shark infested with tiger sharks. Oh, they're so much worse than great white sharks because they're tigers and they're sharks. Oh my gosh. And our friends are on life rafts. Bolt Deaver's on a floating bar with Lucy the tiger. And yet there's another life raft of extras who are like, we just cut to this like, and it's all like extra footage from other like Italian and Filipino shark attack movies. Some of the footage is in daylight. You're like, what is no?
It's a different color raft of the wrong size.
Somebody's on a surfboard. You're like, wait a minute. What is this? This is from Blood Tide. Why are they? So we fill all that scenes that people are getting devoured, and in the distance is what looks like a fishing boat trolley. You can see the nets as the lightning goes off, and you see several men and women, kind of in no, they wouldn't even be in rain gear. They'd just be, out naturally, just letting the water splash down on them, heading your way. What are you all doing?
I'm squishing all the water out of my hat.
Mm-hmm. yeah. And you hear this like click, 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 click.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, I know you're not doing that. You just hear this click, 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 click.
I open up my case and see what's being typed out.
By God, that was close.
Gail, honey, are all right?
And she's like, "Oh, I thought we were done for, Nick."
Me too, but whew, that pen that I got from Woolworths back in '75 over in Boise, man, whew, saved my bacon, let me tell you.
And she kind of is close to you, and she would say, she's like, no, we're just beginning at all of this, and she's close to you. There's that moment we might get the scene of Nick Novak and Gail kissing, and then she turns her head and she says, "Look," and lightning goes off, and you see the boat is almost there, as you see a couple of men with rope in hand, ready to kind of toss it out to you. Nick, where's the camera go after you?
The camera flashes over to Xander.
Okay.
And off camera, you can hear Nick say, "Sorry about your piano, kid."
And it's just still smoking away there.
Yeah, and he's lost his cool a little bit. He's in sort of a zealous rage, and he's like waving his keyboard around, and the like color for smoke is making like waves in the air.
It glistens and sparks under light. Yeah, your device that you speak to Korg through is compromised.
My trick didn't work, so I don't know what to do now.
I love it. Okay, so with that, Xander, give me you've got a good soul. Give me a soul roll. Just roll 2d6, add your soul modifier, please.
That's a 5 plus 3 plus 3, 11.
11. Perfect. There is a there is, as you're waving this around, a calming effect comes to you because you see that there's almost this pattern to the thunder and the lightning, the sound and the pattern. And
I have a little microphone on my keyboard, and I can like record it, so I can like sample it later.
Nice. Okay. With that, if you record that, if you record that going forward, for one move, you have a roll with something extra. You have you may roll and roll 3d6. You'll take the best two.
Cool. So we're turning my God of Thunder move into its own plot arc.
Yeah. As although it will be waiting for you to bring it back. Xander, as you kind of calm down, record the sounds of thunder and of lightning, the pattern of nature. Where does the spotlight go? To the connection or to Bolt?
Let's see what the connection's up to.
Okay. Connection. Camera zips down to you. You have been in the boat. You're at the front of the boat.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm echoing the like hat ringing out motion, but I'm trying to ring my joint out. It's not working. I think he finally puts it back in his mouth. It's not lit, but it's just there, and I think he's gonna have it like in his mouth for most of the rest of the scene.
Okay.
How far away is the fishing boat?
By now, just only maybe like, let's see, it was a 50, like 30, maybe 20 yards. They're almost there. They're probably going to have to pull up and stop, and then throw you the rope. You see the same as Nick saw. There's two men with the bailing rope in hand.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try to. The connection is sort of like stands at the front of the boat and waves and makes sure that they see him, and then he's sort of like when he's gonna try to get the rope and start like getting people up onto the fishing boat.
Okay, gotcha. And Bolt Devers, what are you doing?
He's got to try to get. I guess he'll try to get to the boat, but he's still got this tiger to deal with. That crash? Ah. That crashed. Hey!
Oh, there he is.
That was weird. Sorry. Totally
No,
crashed
it's-
and it rebooted on me. Very very strange.
Is it still recording, or is it?
Oh, it's recording fine. It's just recording a 10-second blip of me dropping
That's right.
Zoom and all of that.
So Bolt, what are you doing? The fishing boat will be here very soon. There's two gentlemen about to throw rope out onto your boat to probably tug you inland. There is a secondary boat that or a secondary lifeboat that may not have so much life now, with sharks circling them.
Well, I think normally he'd try to take some risk to help people if there's anything he can do to kind of get people onto the bar or the boat.
Okay.
I think that's what he'll do. He'll be.
What's he doing?
I think if he has if there's any kind of like ropes attached or any kind of like cordage or something that might have been around at the part around the bar, he could sort of throw a makeshift like life preserver to a few people maybe. And
Okay.
I'm not sure how. I have to sort of figure out where the tiger's got a leash, so we have the tiger leashed kind of on one side. But he just generally try to help people while they go towards. And he'll probably try to take in the scene and try to make a plan, because he gets a little extra bonus if he's making a plan.
Right. Yeah. Give me the roll. And there's people desperately trying to get to you, or there's also the other the other life raft. Again, they're caught up in not only the storm but also the shark frenzy. As you guys are much closer to being rescued, but you want to rescue them as well. So
yeah, if there's something I can do to sort of throw a rope out,
sure.
I guess that's a whatever.
Keep your cool, but you're making a plan. You said you had to move for that.
Yeah, that's a move he's got. How does a move work? It's stunt coordinator. When you carefully plan out and prepare for a stunt before performing it. So he's figure out the trajectory to get something over there to help that other boat maybe.
Okay.
But I rolled and the edge gives me what does the edge give me? An extra die, right?
Yep.
All right.
So basically, yeah, you roll 3d6. You'll just take the two best results.
Yeah, cool. That helped. So that's and that's a might, I guess.
Sure. This is in your hands.
Yeah. So he's going to do all he can to sort of use his skills to get a rope out there to somebody to help drag him in and help him join us. So that's
all right.
That's a 10.
10. Perfecto. I will say that you can probably save the now with the 10, I'll say you could save the other boat.
Okay.
And which doesn't have as many people as you had. That people were kind of swimming out farther to get to it.
Yeah.
Going through the back end of the wreckage. And so you save the boat, but there are still the loss of life in quite a few people in the water. But you save, let's take a peek. Ooh, nice. You save at least about 12 more people.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, because you saved the boat itself.
But
so with
left.
that, yeah, with that, these men toss the connection, the rope, and they're indicating, like tied to the front end. Or tied to the front end of your craft connection.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd say they're tying off they're indicating, but they're speaking like they're saying like they're saying like Sandale itelemo, and they're saying like or they're tied off.
I think the connection like ties a sailor's knot to hitch the raft to the fishing boat.
Sweet.
I think as soon as he does that, he snaps his briefcase shut, grabs it, and overhands up the line up to the fishing boat.
I'm gonna need a roll for that because that's amazing.
That's
but
legit.
also
That's reasonable. Can this be like an intimidation? Like this is very much the connection is trying to establish contact with these people.
Okay. So yeah, I'll say keep your cool with your smooth then.
Okay. That's a 9 plus 2 is 11. So
yeah. This rather odd. I mean, you've been through hell and back.
Yeah.
For now, hell and back with the connection. So all of you see this old wet dog of a man. This just hand over hand with these wiry muscles. Roady muscles, just
straggling beard.
Just yanking himself up the boat as he's already tied off the your raft. And,
body like a stunted cypress tree, right? Just like you're like, he's so strong and so gross.
Yeah, it is like a corded wet cigar goes up this rope.
Yeah.
And they pull him up. Your boat's been tied off. and Bolt, you have the rope
Right,
tied
we're
off
all
onto
daisy
the
chained.
neighboring one, and you start, and then they get the boat going, and it starts to head towards the island. Anything you would like to do last minute before we say goodbye to the ones that don't make it? As I leave it up to you. We can say that it drips off as you see Flight 1313 sink into the water. The sounds of screaming passengers drift into the night and get drowned out by the thunder, or will you any of you try to save more of these passengers?
I'm mostly concerned about Crankheimer. I don't even have to see him, but I would love to see some plot that tells me where he is and what he's up to. Because I would think if I was him, I'd find some devious way to like hide among some people.
Oh yeah, no, like the camera sees Professor Crankheimer on that secondary boat that you say, but he's at the back. He's got his wool coat over his head, and probably maybe like another like little plastic blanket, like shivering, and that's like we see that from his point of view back to you, like he's at the very end of the very last boat there. So Crankheimer has been rescued, quote unquote rescued.
Right, but Bolt Devers doesn't know.
Right.
So...
No, he just knows he saved some people. Anybody else would like to do anything, or are we going to cut to?
Yeah, I think I have a move here that might be applicable.
Okay.
It says, "Can I get an amen when I give a stirring speech or sermon to a group of people? Roll plus soul. On a 10+, the group follows your directions as long as you keep talking. Treat them as a small gang." Could I use that to try to like rally people to safety?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you that they will miraculously find a way to kind of swim through between all the other distractions.
And he's like, "Don't move with the waves of death. Move with the waves of life."
All right. You're going to spiritually have people surf towards you, George Takei. Go ahead.
4 plus 2, that's 6 plus 3, that's a 9. I still got plus 3 souls.
Still a
so
9. That's fine.
the dice looked bad, but my stat is good.
Okay. What does the move do again? I'm so sorry.
I think this is a move that every time I've used it for something besides what it's actually intended for. It's like you're supposed to like rally people to like fight for you, but like because it gives them like an armor score. But it says that they follow my directions as long as I keep talking.
Okay. Yeah. Then I would say you probably save another 6 as they get onto that back end life raft, and more kind of pulling them forward. Probably not Crankheimer, but the rest of them are pulling people on board. and you save 6 more. Anybody else before I then describe getting to the island?
I have a rules question.
Yes.
First, one of my moves says it's Saint in the City and it requires a heart on your sleeve, which I do have.
Okay.
So does that automatically kick in if I use heart on your sleeve, or how does that work?
Give me the rundown on or read those off to me.
Sure. Heart on your sleeve is underneath it all, you're still a good person. Roll with something extra when you do something to help a civilian.
Okay.
And then Saint in the City requires heart on your sleeve. Increase 1 attribute from +2 to +3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it automatically kicks in.
Okay, cool.
But
Yeah.
only if you take the move. If you have to have taken the move when you
Right, so I have to do heart on your sleeve to get the
But
okay,
I believe you have both of those, correct?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like if there's somebody floating in the water next to our boat, I like to use heart on my sleeve to pull him or her out and into our raft.
Oh yeah. You
Okay.
want to save another?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
And I want to use soul for this, which is +2.
Mm-hmm.
And then what does it mean by roll with something extra? Is that an extra die?
Right. You roll your 3d6 and you'll take the two best.
Okay. Ooh. So that's an 11 plus 3 is 14.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna have you pick. Who did you save? You were gonna create this NPC that you had saved, who will maybe be somebody significant if you want them to be.
The child that had the severe medical condition is still like floating in her gurney.
Oh God.
IV pole still attached.
Yeah.
She's reaching out weakly in the cold rain. Help!
Who put this child on the plane? All right.
She's not on the plane anymore.
That's right.
And I'm gonna belly flop into the ocean and dog paddle my way over and grab the gurney.
grab her little, where she was up in first class, and grab her off of that and bring her onto the boat.
That's right.
That's right. Because look, even if she needs a heart transplant, you're gonna save her.
I am.
Save her.
I am.
So you haul her into the boat. All right, let's see. Okay, right. I'm gonna have to have her be kind of your tiger.
I want to know what's up with the secret agent nuns as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that they. Let's see. Yeah, because they were. They were.
They were for the DEA or something.
They were DEA who were hunting the connection.
Yeah.
You
And
could use
then
an acoustic guitar as a flotation device. So.
teamed with the connection. Please roll me a soul.
Ooh, Snake Eyes. A total of 3. So
Yeah, it turns out we couldn't afford those two actresses anymore, and but the nice part about that is they went off and each of them weirdly individually played detectives in two buddy cop TV shows, one on NBC, one on ABC, which we did quite well. So they are gone with the tail section of the plane.
Didn't one
Right.
win like the Battle of the Network Stars that one year?
Yeah, she did. I remember I was hoping for Team NBC, but
but ABC took it.
They took it. Stupid Scott
That was
Baio.
I lost a lot of money on that one.
So bitter about that 1 year, aren't you, Marcus?
I still am. I said, Willie Ames is going to win this for us for 8 is enough and
Didn't happen.
dumb Chachi. And the boat tugs you in. The connection, because you were on the boat closest to them. They are all these are men and women. You could tell probably are fishermen. You could see by the netting. The boat smells of fish. They are because we got the film here. They're Filipino. As you could tell, they were probably speaking Tagalog to you, but my Tagalog's poor, so I only knew tie it off and hurry up.
That's solid.
That's all you need to know, pretty much.
But they're kind of they like throw a wool blanket over you or are taking care of you. They're making sure the ropes are connected, and you head towards the island. One last glimpse connection. You see the lightning go off on the island. That's the craggy rocks of one of the tallest peaks does still look like a skull. and you make your way to the island, safe and sound as much as you can be safe and sound. Everyone's a little disheveled, and they're all helping you up or helping you up onto the dock, this rickety wooden dock of this tropical island. And it is still pouring down rain, lightning, as you are all on board, so all on the dock. The lightning crashes one more time, and you see this very, very thin, gaunt man, these little tiny circular glasses. There above him is this huge umbrella being held by this thick, huge hirsute man in this crumply looking tuxedo, unibrow across his head, and the man sits there under the umbrella and he has a cigarette in a cigarette holder, and he says, "Welcome to my island," and we will end it there.
Ooh. Da, da, da.
So you have welcome to Skull Island. You have come to the island.
Awesome.
And I should have described the man more. Yeah, he's a skinny, very tan, but he's a white man. You can tell he's either American, European.
He's what? An evil Nazi scientist, right?
He might be. He could possibly be. I think every very scrawny old white man on an island is the evil Nazi scientist.
As soon as you said round glasses, I was like, the evil Nazi scientist.
Yes, that was the first thing I thought
see.
That or a Jeffrey Epstein type.
Yeah, it could be.
Are they very, very small round, or are they giant?
They are small. They're very small.
Yeah.
German.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But he's tan. He's got that been on an island.
He's been on the island a while.
He's
been on the island since maybe the late
George
40s.
Hamilton kind of leathery tan. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Didn't someone have a vision of waterlogged soldiers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Xander did, didn't he?
Yeah. Xander did. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That seems familiar.
Doesn't it?
That took my
Doesn't it? Some Overlord shit.
Yeah. If you like me as a child saw the movie Shockwaves, then yes, this might be similar to you.
Marcus, in the chat, I posted links to a couple of legit Filipino horror movies from the 70s.
Oh yeah, I saw those.
Okay.
One called The Mad Doctor of Blood Island.
Yep. God damn it. Yeah. You're so good for that. I love it's. Roger Corman knew. He's like, look, it is cheap to film in the Philippines.
There was an MST3K one where there were little people running around really fast, and there was plants coming to life and killing people, like triffids. I can't remember. I had to find it, but it was, I think, Filipino.
There's a Filipino version of Island of Dr. Moreau called The Twilight People, which I love. There's a man bat who's in love with a wolf woman in that movie.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Well, there we are.
Good
End it there. Thanks for joining us here.
Sure.
We'll say our last goodbyes. I'm Marcus Flores. Join me here on I believe you'd probably be watching this on the Midway Tabletops YouTube, and you can find me at Marcus Flores _13 on Twitter and Instagram, and say, what are your weird ass games all about? And I'll probably drunkenly reply to you at 4 a.m. So we're gonna all say goodbyes. Let's start with Devin. Say your goodbyes and plug whatever you'd love to plug.
Hey, I'm Devin. Thanks for tuning in. You can find me at Devin Decibel on Twitter, where I post about games and music and stuff. And you can follow my band, The Y Axes.
A damn fine band. Badger, say bye and
Yes.
plug whatever you would love to plug.
Goodbye. What to plug? Squama Studios, little game company that I run, has 2 games out now: Arkham Relic Hunt and Feed the Shoggoth. Both are available. Squama Studios is where we're at on Twitter. Also, I'm art director for Stygian Fox, producer of any award-winning Call of Cthulhu supplements. Our latest release, New Tales of Miskatonic Valley, 2nd edition, is out, and we have plenty of more books in the works. We also have a Patreon that you can find, where we will send out a free scenario every month.
What is that Patreon?
I don't know. Search for Stygian Fox.
No, Stygian Fox, fine. Stygian Fox Patreon, please, folks. Bolt Devers, Mark, say your good nights and goodbyes. And
Yeah,
love.
just plug in Eternium Road, which is a regular deal. And next, I'm looking forward to the 2nd episode of this. Start playing games. I want to kind of plug, that, because I think there's a lot of opportunities there, and a lot of people can just find a DM and get a game going and get more people into this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna drop a plug for that.
Start playing .games.
Yes, .games.
Which
Exactly.
Devin is a GM for hire, and
Yes.
I am too.
As you are, yes.
I am also.
You are
See?
too. Oh man, we all gotta
Represent.
get in on this.
Yeah. If anyone wants to play Novelist with me, look me up, because that's my. I think I'm the only person who's like, I will run a Novelist game for you. So if that tickles anyone's fancy.
That's a beautiful book too. I remember.
gorgeous
that.
book. It's
Ridiculous.
a bonkers game.
It's a coffee table book.
I love it. Yeah, the 3rd edition, they really lost out on that form factor, but.
That's what you're plugging, Alexei?
Yeah, I'll close this off. I'm Alexei. You can find me on Twitter at VoxXMachina. And yeah, I guess I will plug my my professional GM services. So yeah, look me up and come play Novelist with me.
On startplayinggames.com.
Yeah.
Please. All right. Well, thank you for joining us in the future. And in the future, there's going to be more of this game. And I'm very, very excited to see what they do on this island, which is a thinly veiled evil Nazi doctor on this island. I mean, just drop them in and we go for it. But I haven't written anything else. So who knows where we're going to go? It's going to be exciting. And there's a tiger. There's a tiger.
Thank you. For the next part, now that you've come to Skull Island, here's some exciting options that you can do. Take my our buffet.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you
Bye, everybody.
soon.
Bye.
See ya.